Are we ready?
I'm a raw video game humorist right now.
They can hear us talking?
Guys, wait until you hear my jokes about Call of Duty and how they all look the same too.
Whoa,
I know! Huh! Slow down. Actually, wait, I should slow down. I'm the one with all the humor jokes.
Yeah, look at you.
We are live. Look at that. We did
Uh-oh.
it.
Hey.
I'll be one of the viewers.
We're live on the internet.
Look at how good this looks though, huh?
Yeah.
Did you get some little lunch there?
All 1080s?
Oh, this isn't lunch. This is my after lunch
Pre-dinner.
carbo load.
You got those M&Ms?
I put a giant black thing in my mouth.
I love how
I just got like 5 of them.
I love how Bruce eats half of it and then wraps it up in the wrapper like an old lady, like with a little Snickers bar.
Well, I didn't think you wanted to
Can't
say
handle the whole
anything.
thing, but the
I
rest
said
of
I'm
it
going to
was
get some M&Ms and you didn't say anything.
protein, Lawrence.
That's a lot of protein.
That's a lot of protein.
Can't eat that in one sitting.
No!
For the listeners.
I just don't want to be associated with this. Aha! It's already taken.
Adam typed in a funny name in the character creation for Dark Souls 2. Good job, Adam. Well, welcome to an especially dark bowl of dude soup.
Ooh, dark?
I don't know, you're in a well-lit room and it's just a black bowl. It's
steamy.
Weird. But not like black shaped, yeah, it's just like a silhouette of a bowl. It's very creepy.
Yes,
why hasn't anyone done that in a horror movie?
That's weird. You're saying weird things.
What are you doing, Adam?
Trying to hit okay, but it doesn't want to today.
That's a feature.
Alright, well, this episode is brought to you by sponsors that we'll get to later, but first... Wait.
You have to type it in again.
Do your thing.
Yeah. We have a social message for you guys. We know that... Well, hold on a minute. Oh, here we go. You know that we have great advertisers that support the show and keep it free for you. One of the reasons why... Google Docs decided to refresh it. Right?
I saw that, yeah.
Oh, smart.
One of the reasons why advertisers love us is that we know we have amazing fans. By the way, this is all copy, so...
No, but we do know that.
We do have amazing fans.
We do know that.
So I'll just bottom line this for you. They, our new advertising partners, Mendo, would like you to take a survey so that we can more accurately target our advertisements to you. So, you know, if you want all those Gamer Fuel ads, make sure you go fill that out accurately. Because who doesn't want a bag of chow when they're playing, I don't know, Dark Souls 3, which is coming out soon. We'll talk about that in a second. But please go to podsurvey.com/soup. So that's podsurvey.com/SOUP. And then fill out their short little questionnaire so we don't give you guys ads for minivans and, I don't know, hairspray. Tampon. Well, you never know. Speaking of, I gotta pick some up on the way home. Got an exciting weekend planned.
Tampons?
Yeah. So Dark Souls 3.
3.
Yeah.
Hey, what's going on?
You gotta. Okay, so you know you get bloated. You gotta suck all the moisture out of your body.
No. We're
like
men.
Just a giant sponge. Just put it up in there.
Nope.
Leave it up in there for a couple days.
Nope.
Brings you out.
That's what killed Jim Henson.
It's like putting salt on a snail.
What?
What's happening?
Look it up.
So Dark Souls 3's out, or not out, but the information's all out there.
Leaked, yeah.
Yeah, we broke a lot of it, and apparently no one believed it until IGN was like, "Wait, we found a picture too." And it was like, "Oh, thank God!
It was
finally Dark Souls 3."
Keep talking.
Adam, you're a maestro with character creators.
He just slides everything to the right.
That's true. To toot our own horn, we're the outlet with the most information about it, so we're not really sourcing anyone else here.
Well, recap quickly.
Recap. You know, we talked about some gameplay stuff. There's the heat up boss feature, which we don't know a lot about. There's we have flies in the studio, by the way.
Yeah, we gotta get out of here.
Someone put a trash can
Yeah.
in here. I don't
like
think it was any of
hatchery in
us,
here.
but it had like junk in it.
Yeah.
It's pretty bad.
By the way, we didn't sync. We should sync.
Oh, shit.
Oh,
Yeah.
we can sync on me killing this fly accidentally. All right.
Okay, I'll do it on occlusion.
Occlusion.
I know.
1, 2, 3.
Okay.
All right.
5 minutes in.
Sorry.
It's okay. I forgot to. But okay, so we've got the heat up feature, which is supposed to change bosses depending on some kind of gameplay variable. We've got supposedly the ability to put bonfires down where you want them to.
No way!
So
that makes the game way too easy. That's fucking dumb.
Well, no, think about it though. Like, okay, imagine this. I'm weaving from my mind's eye right now. Imagine that. So Dark Souls always has its two-handed thing. Imagine that you've got a sword in one hand, a shield in the other. You got to put your sword away and be empty-handed to drag around a corpse. So you're basically moving through the stage with like no weapon, basically.
It's kind of cool.
Trying to get to a safe spot so you can toss this dude's body down to light him up. And
at one point, you just go, "This isn't worth it," and you just play the game like it's meant to be.
Like a real man.
Like a man.
So it's like people complain about. There's this save point that's behind an arbitrary number of enemies before the boss. So let's say that you go up, you fight the boss, you die the first time like you always do, and then the next time you're like, okay, I'm gonna clear out all these enemies, I'm gonna drag this body up to the foggy door, drop it right there, so I can just go right into the boss. I feel like that's a good compromise, assuming it works that way.
I guess, but at the same time, like playing, you know, when whatever Bloodborne comes to PC, it'd just be nice if there's like just an option saying, "Hey, you're a big pansy for selecting this option, but you cool with quick saving?" You go, "Yeah, this thing that's existed for dozens of years, sure." Like, I'm a little girl. Sorry, whatever. I'll wear a T-shirt that says so, but let me just play the game because I have to eat dinner in 30 minutes, and I don't have time to run back.
No, Adam, you must play it like a hardcore gamer.
Otherwise,
Otherwise, you're a casual motherfucking
piece of
pansy,
trash.
pussy, piece of trash, waste of life.
I'm going to come out.
I have things to do.
I'm going to come out in defense of From Software for the first time probably ever.
Whoa!
And never again either.
And probably never again. But I will say that not being able to quick save is basically one of the only things that creates tension in the From Software games.
Sure.
And it's a good thing. I know that sounds like a backhanded compliment. I guess it kind of could be. But like when you are going through a part of the world for the first time and you don't know where the next save point is, you have to creep through it. And everything is really, really scary because you think you might lose everything in an instant.
Right.
Totally
because
fine.
the game's designed that way.
Sure.
And so I worry that if they added a quick save feature, you would lose that tension. You would lose that tension, which to me is one of the most probably remarkable. Like, I don't think the combat's that good. I don't think the story is particularly compelling. I'm not like, the world looks good from afar. Like when you're looking at like the scenery over a bridge, someplace that you're never gonna ever reach, it looks really cool. But when you're just in it, it's just kind of like standard Gothic fare to me.
But hold on, James. Hold on. I got one word for you.
Yeah.
Choice. What about if they gave you the choice?
I'm fine with choice, but I do think that you would be depriving yourself of probably the best aspect of the game, which is that tension, that emotional.
You're starting to sound like those Souls fans. I don't like that.
Well,
I don't like how you sound Souls.
Fuck you, noob.
It is strange that. So, just to kind of ground the conversation, we talk about these as though they could just flip a switch and enable quick saves. Doing quick saves over checkpoints is a substantial amount of development effort. Also, quick saves opens the, not that Dark Souls is particularly impervious to this, but it does make it easier to kind of glitch the game out, use trainers, hack, whatever.
I was gonna say developmental effort is the slogan for From Software.
Yeah,
they got it written all over their walls.
Well, I mean, and some people were talking about this. It's pretty phenomenal that they've put out games in basically 9 months, or more like 15 months apart.
Yeah. Well, when you cut out the QA process,
it's kind of
pretty
phenomenal.
Quick.
I don't know.
They're like, you be the QA tester.
Well, this is like a pace of development that we used to see like in the early to mid 90s. I always throw back to this because like Doom 1 came out a year later, Doom 2 came out because they did more levels, more Doom, great. And that's something I feel like this debate is kind of came up around Left 4 Dead 1 and 2. Nice. Left 4 Dead 1 came out, and then like I think it was like a year later, Left 4 Dead 2 came out, and people at the time were like, I mean, I like Left 4 Dead, so this is cool and all, but I feel like I should be mad.
Well, they call it an expansion. I mean, like probably because it only took a year.
And I
ended up being the more definitive version of the game
because they kept throwing free content on it.
Yeah, I think even Left 4 Dead 1 was one of the pieces of free content.
Man, it's so weird seeing the frame rate so high and constant. But I wasn't a backhanded compliment. I'm just used to playing this on 360.
Oh.
And whenever you come out of that cave, it's just Chug City for a second. But yeah, so I'm seeing a lot of the sentiment around Dark Souls 3, where everybody's like, another From Software game that's exactly cool, but should I be angry? It's like, it's weird. People have this weird defense mechanism where they're supposed to hate annualized games.
But when Bloodborne came out a year after Dark Souls 2,
it's got a different name.
I know, but it's the same.
Nope.
It's only
if anything,
it's a different game.
If anything, that's less impressive.
It's a different game.
Sony loves
if you make a sequel, right? If you make Dark Souls 3 a year after Dark Souls 2, it's like, okay, well, they just clearly kept building on that game that they're already making. But if you make a whole new thing and you call it a whole new thing,
it's a different game.
It's a different title and it's different.
Different textures.
But it's clearly not.
Different world. Different characters.
That feels like more of a deception.
Different
to me.
story.
And again, I don't give a shit about the daily cycle of things. If we were talking sports games, I'd be like, this is stupid and lame because all they're doing is picking and choosing features and plugging them in. You can update most of these sports games over the internet if you really wanted to.
I was gonna say, when it comes down to the sentence, should I be angry, followed by a video game?
Yeah,
The answer is usually no.
Yeah.
But people are like, but they're doing this. So it's like, well, no, they're not doing anything to you unless you let them.
They took my money!
No, you gave it to them. That was a
that was your
choice.
fault.
Yeah, they're not holding anything over your head. So the best thing you do is just ignore it, and then it'll go away. So if, you know, From Software is really making you mad, a no response is worse than actually having a response, because then it shows that you care.
Yeah, it's true.
And people will take advantage of that.
Or just wait the extra couple months and then buy it at a budgeted price.
For 50
but I
bucks.
want
know
it
it's
now.
going to
Yeah.
It's funny because both of those issues, whether or not you use a quick save even if it's there, whether or not you buy a game even though you feel like you shouldn't because of some weird like crusade that you feel like you're on internet forums, it's kind of the same issue of like people just letting go of their own free will. It's like, and I have heard people make the argument, and I think it's an interesting argument to get into, that developers disallowing you to save forces you to play in the way they intend you to. Sure. So in a way, it's kind of a purity of artistic vision there.
But that's fine. I'm just saying, I like your game. I like Bloodborne. It's fun, but I just don't have the time for it. So I've been putting it down in favor of like games like Destiny and Witcher, where I'm just like, I do have time for these sorts of things.
And you can play it an hour at a time.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, and that's just my lifestyle. I mean, I don't know how much we represent the 30-somethings in the world, but
probably the 30-somethings. I mean, I think relatively well, but I think as you get younger, then people have more time, and then that's when we're the
I remember
casual noobs.
I remember being 20 though is the thing. Like I remember, and I can empathize with some of those viewpoints, as insofar as I'm intentionally leaving out some more things I've learned about life and the way it works. Oh, look at that dude. He's probably cool.
when did he happen?
What's wrong with his cloak? Why is looks like his dick is moving?
This is tired.
It's Dark Souls, everything's tattered and
Me, the
bad.
chosen one. My stick
Only you
sword.
can save us, Lord.
Yeah.
So, are you guys interested in Dark Souls 3? Going to give it a shot, or have you basically, in terms of being a 30-something gamer, is it? Do you think it's prohibitive for your lifestyle at this point?
we're gonna get drunk and play it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
we are
still
absolutely
giving
doing it.
I'm still giving Bloodborne a shot.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, you're
So
still
I'm
playing it. Right? How
I'm
many
still-
hours have you put into that? Probably a good amount, right?
Probably nothing that anyone would ever like give me credit for.
Well, let's say
but,
10,
like,
15.
Yeah, probably 10 to 15 hours
Yeah,
at
that's
least
pretty
into
good.
the game.
That's pretty good.
Which is more than I ever played of the other two. So,
Yeah.
but I'm still experimenting with how much
ahead.
I actually enjoy it.
Now he's mad.
And so I think I'm gonna spend as much time as I need to on Bloodborne to decide whether or not I like it, and then from there I'll make a decision on Dark Souls 3.
That makes sense.
And by that point, Dark Souls 3 will probably be dirt cheap, so it'll be even better.
Well, if they make those changes like the bonfire change, I think I'd be more willing to play it on PC. I mean, like I wouldn't play it on a console, but
Well, the way you were describing it, Lawrence, like that makes it sound kind of fun in a challenging way.
Oh,
wait,
boy.
wrong way.
Wow, Adam, you are really bad.
I turned and I started talking and I did. I was like, those are stairs, right? Oops, stupid.
That's a fair shot.
But no, like what you're talking about, like I'm just imagining like funny YouTube videos of people like trying to drag this body and then losing everything because they got greedy trying to carry this body around.
Well, and also the way I interpreted it is, it sounds like it has to be the body of another player. So, yeah, I think the idea is you have to invade somebody's game, you have to kill them, and then you have to use their corpse in your game to... Ooh!
Gotcha.
Yep.
Just nicked you there.
Didn't do a lot of damage, though. Got all that armor on.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you hit him right on the helmet.
It's that bucket helmet.
Now, he got my grill good there.
Shattered his spine, but he's okay.
So yeah, and I think something that I'm slowly coming around to really has to deal with pride. I was talking about this before with the Souls games and FromSoft games in general. Is just like anything goes in those games. Like the game is glitching somebody on a door and beating them when they can't touch you because the game does that to you. So he's sitting in front of the chest.
There must be some DLC or something, huh?
Yeah, this is Scholar of the First Sin. It's the re-release.
Oh.
You're gonna fight this boss?
Well, he just jumps off the edge. You just glitch him, right?
Yeah, okay.
Good luck.
The good thing about Dark Souls glitches is that they don't always work.
But
I may have fixed it.
so I always went into those games like, I'm gonna do this the right way. I'm gonna beat it right. I'm gonna be. I'm gonna learn all the dodge patterns. I'm gonna get all the counters, and I'm gonna beat it gamer style. And then I'm slowly learning like the game doesn't play by those rules, so there's no reason for me to, you know. So I'm thinking about just I'm confident that I can crush out Bloodborne if I just abandon my pride and like summon people for every boss fight, and then grind up all the items I need to burn down everything. So Dark Souls 3, I might give it a shot.
Have you started playing Bloodborne?
Oh yeah.
That's what I thought. I thought you played it. Like
I got a few bosses in.
okay, all right.
I got to another werewolf boss that screams real loud and jumps on me. I was like, oh, here we are again.
Yeah.
Yeah!
I hate fog. You came out of it. You are its child.
Well, it's funny. I've been noticing that, like I was saying, I was playing a lot of Destiny. We were doing the Trials of Osiris or whatever. There's really so many games of like just silly broken AI that's almost like comical. I was doing the trial.
Oh, yeah.
Was it Trials of Osiris? That's the one.
No,
that, like,
you want Prison of Elders.
Prison of Elders. I'm sorry. They're all nerdy names. Jesus.
Oh, same guy.
I like when they just get harder. This game hates you.
It loves you.
But we were doing the thing where like we found out like for some reason since the new DLC, like you can, if you're a hunter, you can go invisible. The game is like, I don't care if you're invisible, I can still see you. And so the enemies will be running up into your face while you're stealth, just waiting for you to turn on, like, it should make your invisibility go away. Once it's away, then they just start attacking you. I'm like, what a piece of, how really freaking broken. But it's comical in a way, kind of the same way Bloodborne and Dark Souls is, where like, it's comical to a point, but when the character locks onto you and turns as you're rolling and then hits you, I'm just like, okay, I don't have time for this.
I don't have time for this.
What the fuck, man?
There's a dragon now.
I don't remember any of this.
Go fight the dragon.
This is the only thing we ever saw because you went this way.
Yeah, Lawrence,
Hey, kill that guy for
Lawrence
didn't kill him.
told us to go this way.
Yeah, this isn't really the starting
This is the
area.
hard
You
way.
have to go
I'm
together.
going based on memory when we got drunk
Yeah.
and played this.
I didn't get very far.
Yeah.
It was a good afternoon.
I tried playing Dark Souls 2. That was the problem. Like, I just couldn't get into it the same way.
Well, you played a lot of Dark Souls, right?
I played a lot of Dark Souls 1. Like, I was playing it and not telling you guys because I know we were doing the gameplay series, which, fuck me for starting that. That was dumb of me.
No, it wasn't, because then we did Drunk Souls.
That's true. Well, that was, I think that was a fan.
Did you play with a trainer?
No.
No, you didn't play with a trainer.
Wait, maybe. I think I
thought
did.
you did.
I thought you
I
said
thought
you
You
did.
remember you
but-
turning it on.
I did at one point, yeah, because I kept dying on this one part, and I was like, fuck it, I
But
got
that's
a
when
trainer.
also you realize the stats don't mean as much as you thought they would.
Didn't matter, because
Yeah.
the game was still challenging. I know, I just said, fuck it, I'm just going to cheat because I wanted to get through the game. That's about the time I started playing it, though, sadly. I don't know. There was a part where I was like, I didn't die for like 2 hours, and I was like, this is a cool game. It feels like Zelda.
And then
It
you
does,
died.
actually, yeah.
Can I not go back? What happened?
What?
You were
No,
doing it.
right
You were
there.
just doing it.
You gotta walk to the end, man.
Yeah.
Walk to the
Go
end.
up the stairs.
All right, so this is art design 101. Sometimes you make the hallways invisible because
Wait.
What do you guys...
There you go.
Oh,
Wait. No, that just lowers it again. You're on the wrong side.
I'm confused.
I am also confused.
Whoa.
yeah.
Much to Adam's credit,
Oh
'cause
wait,
I don't know where
what's
he's
going on
supposed-
here?
Yeah.
Oh, all
I
right.
guess I'm going back.
It's because he opened
There
it to
you
go
go.
in and
Why
now
would they
closed.
close it? Anyway.
Dark Souls.
Anyway, Dark Souls. So Dark Souls 3 is going to come out. Everyone's going to buy it.
Yep.
But now it's for, filthy casual, so it's cool to hate it.
Yeah, I was going to say, when is it going to be cool to start hating these games? That's what
Now?
So
Now? Already?
Yeah, no. So we crossed it. Some people are hating on it because there's been too many in too short of a time,
Yeah.
and somehow that makes them bad.
That's another thing, though. We've often talked about this. Like, we see a lot of opinions online. Doesn't mean it's all coming from the same guy.
That's very true. Yeah.
Yeah. The
There are a
internet's a
lot
big
of
place.
people who are just like, more Dark Souls. I like Dark Souls. Cool.
Yeah.
If you keep making these, I will buy them and play them and have fun forever. And to you, you're the awesome one. You're the one not making the internet a terrible place. People get really into it.
I'm also not necessarily in touch with the From Software community, but the general reception to Bloodborne was that we love this game.
Yeah, they were
like
super into
also just general games media was like, we love this game. This is the
Yeah.
best game of this series. So it's not like they're getting worse at making them. If anything, they're getting
generically
better
go
at making
that
that
way.
one game they started trying to make
You know
all
what?
those years ago.
Oh, yeah,
Demon
that's right.
Souls.
Demon Souls, yeah. Well, I mean, like, they eventually got to it and actually sold a bunch on the way.
Yeah.
So props to them.
I've just seen comments pop up where people are like, oh, they
That's
fuck.
where you came from, I think.
Oh, is it?
Is it?
Or they always say like,
To your
like
right?
from freaking work, ruin the game with Dark Souls 2. They made it too casual, or do this or do that. I'm
good
just
on
like, it's like, okay, sure, whatever. I don't know. Like,
They made Dark Souls 2 too casual?
I
Well,
don't
so
know.
Dark Souls 2 had a different director, and a lot of people are pointing to some of the game design changes in
Not
Dark Souls 2.
Miyazaki?
Yeah, basically.
Wait, so Miyazaki did Bloodborne, right?
No, I think he just did Dark Souls 1 and has been working on
They let him out of the basement.
an unannounced project ever since.
Really?
And everything
That's-
fell apart
so
without him.
I
Oh, wait,
don't
it
know.
didn't.
I have not been following that closely, so
Okay,
I'm
gotcha.
sure someone's already furious
Yelling
and
at you in
correcting
the
me.
comments, yeah.
That's fine.
I don't know.
Typically, I like to follow directors, but
That,
From Software is weird, right? Everybody associates them with Demon Souls now, but it's frustrating to me, and I guess this is going to be my hipster moment of the podcast, or maybe one of many.
Yeah.
But I played a lot of From Software games before Demon Souls came out, and they did some crazy shit, really weird stuff. And it's kind of frustrating for me that ever since Demon Souls came out, that's all they've done. And I understand it because game development is a tough game, and if you find a hit, you pump that hit dry.
Yep.
But no, they did like
Spool.
they've done like JRPGs that were pretty good. They did Metal Wolf Chaos. They did like action games, like arcadey shooters, and they've just been all over the map. And I kind of wish their next game would still be like AAA.
Well, maybe it is Miyazaki if he's working on unannounced things.
I think that's Dark Souls 3, though. I think is what he's been working on.
Oh.
So, I don't know. But yeah, we got some more announcements, more sequels-ish. Mirror's Edge Catalyst is not a sequel, but it is another game called Mirror's Edge.
Is it a reboot?
Yeah, basically.
Right, yeah.
So the game director, Sarah Jansson,
Swedish, yeah.
Yeah, basically posted an open letter on the Mirror's Edge website, kind of explaining their approach for Catalyst. To TLDR it, Sarah basically just said, you know, Mirror's Edge was cool. We think we were onto something. We didn't really nail it, so we're giving it another crack. We're gonna try it again and see how it turns out this time.
More guns. I'm just kidding.
There will be guns. I think actually that was another part of the, like, I recall hearing somebody saying like, yes, there will be guns in Mirror's Edge. It'll be okay. Just don't.
There were guns in Mirror's Edge.
Yeah, there were.
Yeah.
You just had to take them.
Yeah,
but you got an achievement for not using any, so I didn't use any guns.
Oh, you got them?
I would always just beat them up, disarm them, and then drop the gun. You could like do a cool move.
Well, because you only had like 6 shots.
Yeah, you couldn't
didn't
reload them. Yeah,
which I think is actually a really cool mechanic.
Yeah.
Well, it's realistic, is what it is.
Well, it was. Cool.
Oh, nice. All right.
The game is perfect.
You a little premature.
Well, it's invincibility frames. It's part of the game.
You would have been more frustrated if he hit you.
Yeah,
with that
exactly
hammer.
right. But yeah, do you guys have any strong feelings?
Well, you
about
were showing us the redesign and how people are upset because she's Asian or something.
She's like slightly more Asian.
Hasn't she
now?
always been Asian?
Yeah.
Well,
No,
okay.
she was Asian before, but she was cute Asian, and I guess she's
Adam.
realistic Asian.
Oh,
I don't know.
You're not
man.
even trying.
What are you talking about? I'm stuck
You're
in
not.
the
I
water.
can tell you're not. You're not even utilizing your stamina or anything like that. But
Jeez.
I can tell. I'm giving you credit.
Sort of.
So it appears as though, from the images that Lawrence showed us, it appears as though people are upset because she doesn't look as much like an anime character as she used to.
I don't think
cares?
most people
Well,
care.
that was my response. Where I was like, it's a first-person game.
Well, yeah.
Also-
Wait, hold on a minute. We were just talking about how DICE wanted to make the game realistic, like how you only have 6 shots and a gun and things like that. So of course they want to make the character more realistic. That's the way they were going with it in the first place.
Well, also graphics have improved. It looks
totally.
no different than if you see like Gordon Freeman in Half-Life and Gordon Freeman in Half-Life 2.
Right.
Like, hey, they made him look more like a white guy. Like
They couldn't.
it's
couldn't
because
if they
they
tried.
added more polygons to his face.
Right, yeah,
like
exactly.
they were able to do it differently.
He's
I have a
science
question
major.
about Mirror's Edge. When did this game become something that people actually talked about a lot?
Because
Because when I played it, nobody gave a shit.
Yeah, me too.
And
sales
like, I
numbers
played it like an
reflected
hour or
that.
so. I was like, I remember like asking a few people, it's like, hey, did you play Mirror's Edge? I was like, no.
So
I
Mirror's
pre-ordered
Edge.
that game and stripped it of as many achievements as I was willing to do, and then
I blasted it on a weekend because
Yeah.
we got a free copy because we did an ad thing with them when we're at Machinima. And I was like, cool. I'm like, I'm more of an Xbox guy, but I guess I'll play on PS3.
Why are
Like,
you waking up all of them?
they just wake up.
Just gonna go through that door and say, fuck it. Fuck you. Mirror's Edge kind of falls into this
Jesus.
category. I guess you could call it cult hit at this point.
Yeah.
Like your Psychonauts or your Beyond Goods and Evils. It was one of the few games that had a female protagonist, and that got it a certain amount of esteem from a certain group.
Which doesn't matter because it's in first person. So
Yeah.
Oh!
Give you a fucking boot.
man, that just described my love life.
But
Okay,
I thought the game was great. I honestly liked the time trial stuff the most, and most people didn't even try that mode. So
Jesus.
I thought it was like a really good racing game.
Well, it's funny because I played through the game and then I went back and did the time trials because there wasn't really anything else to do.
Yeah, right.
And then that teaches you how to actually play the game.
Yeah, it
like,
teaches you the
like
nuts
a
and bolts of
badass. Like
movement.
I didn't even realize until late in the main game from playing time trials that you can jump, lift your knees up to your chest to get over even higher over certain things. So like there's the slow jump where you're like, whoa, like hurtle over it, but then there's the like tuck in jump, which is even faster, and you don't lose any of your momentum doing that and stuff. And so it's funny how the time trials teach you how to play the game. Though even back then, I think I was watching YouTube videos to just like see like what they were doing.
Yeah.
Like the way your guy runs.
I do though. My opinion on it is like, sure, I'll play the new one. I liked it, but the games cost a lot of money. Games cost a lot of money, and
there's
it's
so many
really
of
hard to
them,
get
though.
people's attention, and not a lot of games get that money back.
How long was the campaign for that game?
Not very long.
It was short, right?
Yeah,
you could
pretty
if
short.
you.
6 to 8 hours.
Yeah, I was gonna say like I think
Depending on how many times you die.
6 hours sounds about right.
Yeah.
Like there's some parts at the end that were kind of like, playing the game for the first time. I know there can be a lot of people saying like, I beat it in 3 hours. Like, yeah, your 10th time you played it, but
Well, you also sprinted through the whole thing. That's the intention.
I like the game because, like you were saying, it is like a speed run.
Yeah. It's very much a straight shot through the game. There's no diversion. It's like just blasting through the game. But like, I also understand why it's like it didn't sell very well, right? It had controls that were almost entirely unique to that game. Yeah. And so if people didn't want to buy it, they didn't want to buy it, and that's fine. We don't really have a realm yet. I mean, Steam is the closest thing we have to it, to like should we have remade Rocky Horror Picture Show when it started achieving this underground cult phenomenon type thing? Like, should we have done that, or should we just enjoy?
Let it live. Yeah.
Should we just enjoy Rocky Horror Picture Show? And so I don't know. Games again are different because you put time into it, and
the interesting thing about the games industry versus like movies or television is that it's progressing a lot faster. So like we have different consoles, different graphics, different mechanics. And you're typically better than they were in the older systems. So I think you can probably make I know the way DICE thinks just because I played their games for so long. They're automatically, I'm sure, as soon as they were like, hey, I want to develop Mirror's Edge 2, make it a reboot, and as soon as they got a green light, they're like, yes, we get to do what we want now.
Yeah,
they're like, like before you said it was a straight shot, they're like, oh, we're going to add a lot more, campaign elements, be more story to it. It'll be a lot more polished. That's what DICE likes to do with their games. So that's the way I feel about this game. Actually, I'm looking forward more to Catalyst than I was to Mirror's Edge, because I played an hour of that, and I was just like, like you said, and like you said, the controllers are sort of unique, and I was like, I just felt kind of strange playing it. I'm sure DICE will perfect it and make it a lot better.
I think also it's funny, people forget, I don't know how much it really matters, but Mirror's Edge, the original, was made on the Unreal Engine, and the new one's being made on their Frostbite engine.
Really?
So the thought process there is that while all the Battlefield games were, achieving all their success with their new engine, all that, there were like 3 or 4 Swedish dudes kind of in one room just messing around with like different parkour physics and stuff and taking things that they had learned from Battlefield and like, what can we do with this? And then at some point they finally did a proof of concept. Jesus Christ, people.
Right back in there.
He's having a hard time.
He's not going to stop.
Yeah. And yeah, they showed it to EA and said, hey, what do you think? Is this cool? There's enough people on 4chan who talk about this game. Should we make it? And they're like, yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
Here's $10 million.
I have high hope for it. I really want to play it. I'm excited for it. I'm glad it happened, but it's like, I want Psychonauts 2 as well, but I understand if it isn't the first thing that developers come up with to make because the first one didn't sell very well.
I mean, it's good for Mirror's Edge fans because I don't think anybody thought that was getting that. But I remember when that leaked, it was last year.
Yeah.
About Mirror's Edge 2, I was like, what the fuck?
That's surprising.
Really I think it was at E3 that you showed the trailer. That along with
it was like a logo.
That's right. Yeah.
I thought for sure it was going to be one of those mythical things that, like, you're always talking about Mirror's Edge 2, Mirror's Edge 2. Oh, yeah, Mirror's Edge 2. What could have been?
Like Prey 2.
Like Prey 2. Adam's precious Prey 2.
It's coming, Adam. I can feel it.
Yeah, you guys are dicks.
Yeah, I can feel it.
Oh, you can get hit out of the mist. Oh, I didn't know that.
Fuck me.
Cool.
What did you think was going to happen in the mist, though?
I mean,
if anything, they saved you time.
No, you go through the mist and you go to the boss fight.
I know, and then he'd lose at the boss.
Well, maybe not. Maybe
he needs to just try and run around this world. Trust me.
That's what I mean.
He hasn't gained any sort of Souls or experience.
James sounds like a Souls fan.
He sounds
a lot like a Souls fan. The Souls fans that we used to make fun of, and now you're one of them.
No, listen. I now know how to navigate these worlds, and it isn't like this way, this way. It's just like fucking run if you're gonna run.
Well, listen, Dick. When I tried going up the ladder, I got kicked in the face.
Yeah.
So it's either fight those guys or go through the mist.
But you also run around that tree and you wake up everyone in the room.
I was trying to get items.
You got those items though.
I needed items.
He uses a life gem.
Well,
picks up a life gem.
Adam, you know what else you need? Sound financial planning.
He's right.
Oh,
It's true. I am horrible.
This episode of, believe it or not, DUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUU game, or maybe you're already doing it. That means you're self-employed, and that means you have to pay taxes someday.
Oh, shit.
So if you work for yourself, save up to 50% on an entire year of QuickBooks self-employed. It helps separate your business and personal expenses so you can quickly track what you spent for work and what you spent on yourself. Also, it helps you kind of plan your taxes appropriately, which is tough. Whoa, Jesus Christ, Adam.
Good.
Do your job.
Yeah, I know a lot of people. It worries me, man. This is me being, I guess, 30 again, but all these little babies making all their money on YouTube, And they don't know you have to pay taxes on that stuff. They think it's just...
They'll find out.
Oh boy, will they ever. So yeah, QuickBooks is invaluable. It basically prevents you from doing a shitload of work in April, and instead balances that all over the whole year.
Yeah.
QuickBooks provides you the tools to help you maximize deductions like home office and mileage, which you definitely want to do if you're home employed. So keep more of your hard-earned money. Find out what QuickBooks Self-Employed can do for you and save up to 50% at tryselfemployed.com/dudesoup. Once more, that's tryselfemployed.com/dudesoup. Thank you for the sponsorship, QuickBooks. Having been self-employed in the past, I can tell you it's not easy. I had an Excel document with columns. That did not work out well.
For even making that. That's pretty good.
I probably could have used some kind of proprietary software.
Also, QuickBooks is a new sponsor to Dude Soup, right?
Yeah.
New sponsor to us. Like in general, I don't think we've ever had them before.
No, we have never had them.
So thank you very much for sponsoring us.
Yes,
Really
thank you.
appreciate it. Yeah.
Now let's keep talking about things that matter, like Halo 5.
Yay!
Oh,
Here,
pass
James,
the controller off to the Souls expert.
Yeah.
Adam is gonna have to tent his fingers and
should
furrow
go
his
up.
brow.
That's fine.
Go up.
I've been trying to keep up with it, but I feel like Game Informer got the news, so I haven't really been able to keep up with it as much as I would like to. So
Well, let me bottom line it for you.
I was gonna say, fill me in.
All right. Ooh, I'll fill you in. Just gonna let that hang for a second.
Yeah.
Okay.
What are you doing? Checking your text?
No, just pregnant pauses. So Halo 5 had a few multiplayer details, which is pretty cool. A lot of the DLC is going to be free. I'll have specifics on that in a second, but what I want to get Adam rolling on here is some juicy plot details.
Yeah.
So,
I always talk about how story doesn't matter in video games.
and let's talk about story.
I know, but for Halo, we understand why.
Halo, yeah.
Well, you're backed up on that, though, because you only care about the Halo story because you read the books.
Yeah, so what's funny, though, is that they're introducing characters from the books into the games, finally.
That's right.
They're doing all the
Blue?
stuff. Yeah.
Blue Team.
They're doing all the stuff. Dude, we've been through this.
I'm gonna grab it.
Ooh, tricks. Holy shit, that's a lot of guys.
I know. This is the expansion, right? This is like next to impossible.
It's Dark Souls. It's the same thing.
I don't remember it being this hard.
All right,
Halo 5.
Sorry, going to Halo 5.
Master Chief is teaming up with 3 other Spartan 2s.
Yeah.
Linda, Kelly, and Fred.
Yep.
And that not only gives them a convenient excuse for 4-player co-op, but also implies a little something about the story there, Adam.
Yeah. Well, once again, I don't know how much information actually has come out, and
That's pretty much it.
yeah. Well, they've talked about how basically there's the new character Locke who you get to play as.
Yeah.
And then there's Master
Jameson
Chief
Locke.
who you play as, and how Locke is.
He is from Fire Team Osiris, which
Right.
includes what's that guy's name? Buck something? Edward Buck.
Oh, really? Wait, Buck's
Who are
part of
these
his
people?
team.
Yeah, Buck.
What does that have to do with Mirror's Edge?
So Buck's a character from Halo 3 ODST.
Let me make sure I'm
Wait,
right
is he a
about
friend of Master Chief's?
Actually, no, they've never met.
Is he a friend of Cortana's?
They never met. Maybe they met.
Bruce, you're being snide. Take this
I'm
seriously.
not being snide. I'm trying to figure out how they relate to the things that I know about.
Buck was on Reach, I believe.
Okay. I know what that means.
Yeah, I think there's a voice part with him.
Wait, really? Seriously?
Either way,
How did he get off?
I know. I don't know. Well, a lot of people made it off Reach.
Really? I thought they glassed the planet.
They did. I mean, you can still get off the planet. Either way,
Ow. It's not like they have spaceships.
I don't know. I just know that Bungie had a huge hard-on for Nathan Fillion. That's why he was in ODST. Yeah, and that's why he's in Destiny. He's
Edward Buck is in Fire Team Osiris, and apparently is now a Spartan 4.
Yeah, so which makes sense. I was talking to you about this earlier about how ODSTs. That's just weird, rat man.
Rat butt.
ODSTs used to be basically the closest thing you could get to a Spartan, but as the Spartan program progressed, it was a bit more manageable. Like you're like, oh, good parry.
Oh, the Immaculate Parry.
As it became more accessible, basically anyone could become a Spartan, and that's why all the guys in Halo 4 are like Spartan bro dudes.
Oh yeah.
They're like, yo, bro, and Master Chief's like, settle the fuck down.
Adam,
Like,
could I become a Spartan?
Oh, these young
if you could go through Navy SEAL training, I think that's basically it.
You've been a Spartan all
Which
along.
in the future, it's
Right
gonna.
there.
We're talking the year 2552. Post that, whatever. I think
yeah.
we're a few years past that. So if you could just stand on your legs for 8 hours, I think you pass.
I can do that.
Yeah. Everyone else is just like those fat people from WALL-E.
All right, so then how does Locke relate to Master Chief? Like, is Locke old and Master Chief, or I'm sorry, is Locke young and Master Chief old, or how does that work?
I mean, Master Chief's always been like a 50-year-old plus something like that, but he's been frozen a few times, whatever. So like age doesn't really matter.
He's been frozen a few
But
times.
he's like Encino Man. Cryostasis.
He's like Encino Man.
Where was I going with this? Well, we talked about
knows.
we talked about this.
I'm curious to know what about Locke.
Well, we talked about this a while ago at the end of Halo 3.
Just some dude.
Chief was presumed dead, and they were kind of like he became this symbol of like, hey, Master Chief, like we'll do it for him, remember him. And then he comes back at the end of Halo 4, and the UNSC is like, no, you're supposed to be dead. Like, look at the Spartan 4 program. This exists because you died. It's kind of, I guess, similar to like Bioshock Infinite. I guess I'm going to spoil a little bit of that. I guess it's not a huge deal, but there's that one part where they're like, Booker, you're supposed to be dead, and you're really complicating the narrative by being alive. So they go after and like kill him. Very similar to Halo.
So the Master Chief dies at the end of Halo 4?
Spoiler
alert!
Wait, what? No, Halo 4. No.
Halo 5 is
Now we're on Halo 5. And
That's right. He's still alive. Let's forget about that.
Man, keep up.
I'm just trying to figure it out. Look, I'm just trying to figure it out.
So the thought process there was UNSC would rather have the Chief dead, and it would be easier to label him like an enemy of the state or the planet. And Locke is basically been charged with... So at the end, Chief is... Fuck, I hate spoiling stuff because people get mad at me.
All these games are millions of years old.
I know. Something happens, a character goes away, and it's set up that someone might die in a way. But that person could come back, search for Spock, sort of thing. I don't know. It's hard to talk about without spoiling. I guess.
Fuck it, let's spoil it.
Please spoil it.
Leave
I
now.
Know what's going
I've given you ample warning. Walk out of the room. Come back in like 5 minutes.
We're talking about a robot man in space. You get mad about this. Deal with it.
Hey, he's not a robot.
Cortana dies at the end of Halo 4.
What?
But she's a robot.
God damn it, Adam. I was going to finish that.
But she's a robot.
She's a robot AI.
She is a robot.
To a degree.
I know that. I believe. I know.
What does
digital.
Death mean?
Nothing.
That sort of thing. So ideally,
nothing.
she's going to come back. I mean, we already saw the trailer of Halo 5 when they first announced it.
Cortana.
He's holding that keychain that she was in. That's a little data disc cube that he's stuck
I knew
inside.
it.
I thought it was a Live Strong bracelet.
So he's trying to find her. There's probably, I think that's the whole thing. He's like,
how could you, Armstrong?
She is somewhere.
How could you, Locke?
How
could you, Buck?
I hope they're not doing the Mass Effect 3 thing where they're like, Edie, you're a robot. Now let's put you in a robot with a camel toe. Like, don't do that. I don't want them to like superhumanize.
Edie had a big old camel toe.
Cortana?
Adam's not making that up. Edie had a big ass camel toe.
It was gross.
I would like to see Cortana as a human.
Oh, I mean,
she's just a blue human.
That's what I'm saying. That's what kind of makes her unique.
Big old
is that she is an AI, but she's more human than the Master Chief. We've talked about these themes and stuff a million times.
I want to hear them again. I like hearing you talk about them.
So anyway, Team Osiris is now hunting the Chief, but...
So Team Osiris is Locke.
Fire Team Osiris, or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, so you'll be playing both sides, and kind of curious how that gameplay is going to pan out. I've heard...
Like Halo 2. Alternating between...
Arbiter and Chief.
Arbiter and Chief.
Yeah, but then when they did that live-action teaser...
yeah, it'd be cool if like you play the same scenario from both perspectives, and then you get a different idea of what's going on.
Right. The idea there was that
that's actual writing. We'll see if they can pull it off.
It'd be really cool.
Well, Adam, I want to hear you say you were right about the things you predicted because
he was totally right.
I was right, but so was anyone else who would have played Halo 4. Like,
again, actually understands the story and the setting and all the background.
Yeah, but like I'm not as hardcore as like a lot of people who read a lot of the books and a lot of that stuff. Like I pretty much am like Fall of Reach up until First Strike, I think, and then like a couple of the other like Contact Harvest, some of the other books. But like any of the really, really like deep novels, I've been like, I'll just read the Wikipedia entry on it, and then I play through the games, and I'm like, I'm into it. I am in the story probably more than most people, but like, yeah, you just pay kind of half attention. You could have figured it out where it's going. I did not see the Fred and Linda, and Kurt was the other one, right?
Ooh.
Was it Kurt? No, Kurt's another Spartan. Sorry.
Fred, Linda.
Linda.
The dumbest
Kelly.
I mean,
Kelly.
Cool.
I'm sorry, people with names is dumb to you? I'm confused.
Chief's name is John.
Yeah, I mean, they all have first names.
Oh, yeah, it's John Master Chief.
Why aren't they named
It's
Earth?
John Master Chief.
I forgot about that. Sorry, so hold on. I want to hear what you predicted.
What?
And then, like, about Halo 5. And then now that what we know is true.
I predicted that they were going to try to kill the Chief.
Oh, right. Because he was
about it.
He was basically like you said. The fuck? Bless you.
We still don't technically know that's true. I mean,
well, we don't know he's the bad guy, but
imply that.
Yeah. Okay. Locke works for Oni.
Yeah.
Oni. Office of Naval Intelligence.
It's another game they made.
And he's hunting the Chief. We've already seen it with the fact that.
Yeah.
Okay, so jumping's a little weird. You got to hold down B, and then you got to click in.
Down.
Not B. Not like Bloodborne. Ugh. Yeah. I made
that. So
Adam,
I've got a question for you.
Yeah.
Can you think of a reason? Can you think of a more substantial reason than like all the Spartan 2s are supposed to be dead, so let's just go kill them. Like,
well, that bothered me a lot.
It's like Order 66.
So this is what sucks is like.
But that was because in Star Wars canon, Jedi were the only ones that could actually interrupt the Senator's plans, Palpatine. So he was like, you know what, just to lock us in, I'm going to make sure that I kill them all off. That way, there's really nothing in the galaxy because I control the army, and if there are no like rogue agent Jedis that aren't subject to my order, I don't have to worry about that.
Yeah.
So can you think, Adam? What I'm thinking is there's some kind of secret plot, some kind of deceptive thing, like maybe an element of the human government is working with aliens or something like that. So
well, humans are kind of assholes in
they are
in the history of Halo. Like,
well, you theorize that Chief may even. Well, I don't know if you did this, but some people theorize that Chief like gets so like infused with space magic that he's like, yeah, he's basically like humans are going to eventually obliterate the galaxy, so I have to actually take them out to preserve life.
The thought was that the Spartan 2s are the natural progression of humanity. They were blurring the line more between like what was it, Forerunner and human, or
so Master Chief mates with Arby and Cortana, and they make the ultimate space baby.
We already made that. We made that video.
The Cortana?
Yeah, it's true. We did make that video. You're right.
Go in the fog door.
So it's really, I'm really curious, just because I know all those guys over there, like Frank O'Connor and all those guys are like big lore nerds. So it's kind of cool to see them do what I wanted them to do in Halo 2. I remember there was a shot of like 4 Master Chiefs, like all pointing their guns. Or I think it was like the cover art of one of the Halo novels or something like that. And I was like, oh my god, 4-player co-op in Halo 2. Imagine if you all have different abilities and like you're all different characters. What if you're those other Spartans like Kurt and Linda and Kelly and all these cool characters? And now they're finally built. He still got hit.
Oh, he hit me through the fog.
Did he make it through?
Oh, they made it through.
Oh, you're
I
fucked.
was shuffling after you.
It's cool that you had to wait to do that, though.
There you go. They can't get over a small edge, can they?
So,
why can't they ever?
So the other.
What are you doing? Oh my gosh, what are you doing?
Oh boy.
Oh no. Oh, James.
This game's perfect.
James, what are you doing?
You told me to go in the fog.
Actually,
I did,
you said
yeah.
that, but.
Well, at least you opened it, so now you can just sprint right through. So regardless, I don't think you're gonna have different abilities as the 4 different characters. But since Halo 3, they always did something that was kind of smart, where when you played, you weren't all just the Master Chiefs. They actually had a canon reason why those characters were there. So it was Chief.
Just the Master Chiefs.
Well, because remember in Halo 2, it was like, you're the last Spartan.
Yeah.
Well, here's the second one, too. And so then, but at least now, they're embracing the lore a lot more, and they're like, no, there are other Spartans who are alive, yada, yada, yada. So, like, it made more sense. I think Halo 4 is the only one that made 0 sense, because you're...
For there to be co-op?
I think you can do 4 Master Chiefs or whatever.
I love listening
Video
to people.
games need a story.
I don't know.
I love listening to people explain stories that they're so deep into that nobody else knows anything about.
I actually never played Halo 4 co-op. We should go through
My
that.
favorite thing is when people go, it's kind of like, and then they describe another scenario of the game that doesn't make any sense to you either.
Regardless,
Team Fortress 3 is coming out, so get ready for that.
Oh man, I'm gonna have such a good time. That was one of the things I always wanted, was to play as these other Spartans in the game and like have a actual story reason why those other characters are there for co-op. From my understanding now, those characters are there as AI regardless.
Yeah, they are. They're your buddies.
And then you give them orders and stuff, tell them to do things?
Yeah, and people can drop in. Oh man, I hope it's like Republic Commando. That sounds kind of cool.
That's what it sounds like.
Yeah, so either way, it sounds cool. Like I'm into it for what it is. I feel like I'm never excited about Halo until I hear stuff about it, and then I get super excited about it, and I really enjoyed the multiplayer beta. Man, Action Jack over there.
I mean, you can probably bet that Microsoft is going to dedicate a good portion of their stage time to Halo 5.
Do you think they'll let Adam up to describe the story for 20 minutes?
I was writer.
Ever since I was in college. Yeah, don't let me.
And then Master Chief mates with Cortana, mates with Arbiter, and then Arbiter and Space Baby.
Phil Spencer's going to hold out his hand and say, I have one special guest, Adam Kovic. And then it starts playing Time of My Life from Dirty Dancing soundtrack.
Do you think he'll appear?
A spotlight shines down on Adam while he's like eating a donut in his head. Slings it down to the side.
I thought Adam Kovic would appear as a hologram in his hand, like Cortana.
That's a much better idea.
I have a free Xbox controller. The head jack looks good. Anyway, so I'm excited for Halo, no matter how much you guys rip on me. Though you've been doing it
We're
less.
not ripping on you. Like I said, it's natural. I've been listening to you describe it. I like it.
It's a game I'm glad I'm so excited for. Oh, that would have saved some fucking time.
I just hope that
Sure.
I hope that maybe between Halo 4 and Halo 5, or maybe even in Halo 5, you as Chief, through maybe for like good reasons, he's trying to parry. Maybe for good reasons, you actually commit like a pretty big military atrocity. Like it'd be maybe not cool, but I think it would be neat if like Chief kills a bunch of civilians for some reason, and he's got a good reason, but nobody else believes him. Because no, it wouldn't be cool, but like that would be
Chief stands up for the innocent.
Well, they're alluding to that in that live-action teaser. I never really.
So then the UNSC is like Chief's going insane. Like, and maybe that's the thing with Spartan 2 is like they just go nuts after a while. I don't know if it is or not, but maybe they can retcon that in. And they're like, well, shit, we got to put him down. We got a rogue Spartan out there who's just fucking murdering civilians.
Yeah, it's like Bourne is what it is.
Yeah, exactly, right.
Well, I was gonna say it sounds like V for Vendetta, the sort of thing. Like, let's invent a problem.
Oh, right.
We'll blame someone else. There goes that sword.
Right I'm okay. I'm good.
I'll get off. Might want to go back to the bonfire.
Got me again.
It's a perpendicular.
He's a sniper. Right after you say it's the slowest arrow in the world, it needs to be square in the eyes.
Okay. I'm a little hollow.
This episode of Dude Soup is also sponsored by Loot Crate.
Oh.
This month, Loot Crate invites you to join the Cyber Revolution. It's a phrase I enjoy. With an assortment of cool tech-themed collectibles from a wide array of awesome franchises.
You go like this right through.
They're featuring exclusive items from Terminator Genesis, Borderlands 2, and more, including an exclusive, and that was in all caps, exclusive T-shirt you won't find anywhere else.
Okay.
You have until the 19th at 9 p.m. Pacific to subscribe and receive this month's crate. And when the cutoff happens, that's it. It's over. So go to lootcrate.com/dudesoup and enter code DUDESOUP to save $3 on your subscription today.
Is Dude Soup one word or two?
It's all one word. So once more, that's lootcrate.com/dudesoup, all one word. And then use the code DUDESOUP, all one word, no spaces, all lower caps.
Copy.
DUDESOUP to get $3 off your subscription. So thank you for the sponsorship of Loot Crate. And hopefully you audience thank them as well with your patronage, because that is how we do this podcast.
Thanks, Loot Crate.
Thank you very much.
It was great. And then I guess to round out this discussion, we've got a handful of new tidbits about VR headsets and stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
My future is happening?
It is happening, Adam. You could be John Smith.
You could be John Master Chief.
I can buy a Halo lens?
Wait, what's John's last name?
John
Chief.
But
Yeah,
John
it's Chief.
He doesn't have a last name.
Mr. Chief.
It's 117.
John Balls.
All right.
John Balls, Mr. Chief.
Yeah, there you go.
Good joke.
Not a joke. It's just a word. Come on, Adam.
You can't kick him.
Smile
Only they
a
can
little bit.
kick you.
Give me a smile.
I want to see if the monster is going to come in here.
Hey, give me that.
Oh, he got me. He got me.
Oh, you're good.
And he's like, I'm just going to go to work.
Now I go to work.
So people discovered some what they thought were product shots of the Oculus, the consumer version.
Yay.
It looks pretty cool, except that the founder of Oculus shut it down pretty damn fast. It was on Reddit, and Palmer Luckey, the co-founder of Oculus.
He's the
founder
creator. He's the creator, actually.
Yeah, sorry, the founder, creator.
He's like 14 years old. It's crazy.
Wrote, "This is an old placeholder concept image that we accidentally leaked. Everything in it is ancient, certainly nowhere close to final, as evidenced by the GPU specs in the game named War." Yeah, props to
So Half-Life 3 confirmed.
props to Mr. Lucky for jumping on that. But it looks cool. It's interesting because it's got, I don't know if this is or how accurate this will end up being, but essentially it's like this antenna, like it's like a little obelisk that you sit on your desk. That's the wireless transmitter, and then it
That's not final at all, though.
no, that's when the founder of the company says it's not.
Yeah, then we
I'd like to
assume-
believe
I don't know.
Yeah, I know, right? But they could pull a Microsoft.
But what if, no. Well, they were also talking about, did they ever show the head tracking stuff that they're doing? Because I know Vive is doing that, where they have like a little like camera or something that will like,
Watches where your head.
it tracks where your head is so that it's accurate.
With all the cameras on it.
There's a few different ways of doing that. I'm not sure. Is the Oculus working that into their first consumer type?
I think their first retail. Yeah,
Okay,
I'm pretty sure they were, because that was in their DK2, I thought, or their DK. I think because I'm pretty sure that
I have not been keeping up with any of the VR stuff, because now we're at the point where it's getting to the where it can be a consumer item.
Yeah.
And I'm just like,
I thought they were, but I don't know.
Yeah, my hype management is basically I'm shutting myself off until I can go to Target and buy it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But
And only Target.
yeah, I don't know why I said Target. But
Do you ever go to Target or like any like sort of like
I have
store?
a girlfriend. Yes.
Well, no, I was gonna say like, or Best Buy or something, like when you know there's an item you can buy on Amazon, you need like a very specific item, and you're like, I need a wireless dongle, and they just look at you like,
Yes, yes, I've been there just recently.
HDMI cable?
yeah, they're like, I remember I when I first bought the Surface, I was asking for the Surface keyboard. I went to like a Best Buy, and I'm like,
Oh, that's
do you
good.
have this? And they're like,
It's your first mistake.
what's a Surface? I'm like, it's that item right there.
You're
and they're
selling
like,
it.
Yeah.
You're selling it to me right now.
And they're like, is that like an iPad? I was just like, well, this is what I get. Anyway, Apple's the greatest company in the world. So.
So, just get back a couple of questions. No, there wasn't anything positional about it. It's interesting because I was reading up about Steam VR, and apparently they have these like little nodes you have to put in every corner of your room.
Combo.
That will,
Really
like,
comboed me there.
It'll triangulate the position of your helmet inside the room.
Turn this game off.
This is the one thing with. I mean, sorry to go on a rant here with Dark Souls.
Rant.
This is a big reason why I just stopped playing it, and this is the sort of take my own advice of like just stop caring. When the game starts making itself harder for you, they're like, look how much harder it is. Your life's going down every time you die. Don't you want to keep playing? I'm like, no.
No,
Well,
no.
This is exactly how I feel every time I play a MOBA. Because you lose a team fight, they level up, and it's like, okay, do that again, except now it's harder.
I'm not going to be mad at the game and go, be better, game. I'm going to go, well, it's clearly not for me.
Well, then just stop playing.
Well, here's the difference with a MOBA, though. Sometimes they can go, well, they're better than me. This is, no, they just threw more bodies at me.
Well, no, but
Yeah.
Like,
this is also, I think
this
we're
is-
also playing like the harder.
I know, this is how they
version
made
of
it more difficult. They just put 2 times the guys there.
Sure.
So now it's going to be harder for me to kill all of
Get
the
good,
mollies,
scrub.
obviously, and it also means that the level wasn't really balanced in any way earlier.
course,
They just
sure.
fucking threw shit down and, whatever.
Yeah, it's
You're not
fun
gonna
for
pick up my souls?
You didn't have souls.
Yeah, I
they
had
were
like
the-
500 of them.
Well, they're gone forever. That guy wanted to
Just
play.
keep rolling.
No time.
Squeeze that guy's butt cheek.
I know.
Sorry, go ahead.
It's like Die Hard. Spool threw me off here. God.
You didn't even do anything.
He's walking.
Nice
Look at him.
one,
Turn you
Spool.
Yeah, that's nice.
Oh yeah, the fire guy.
That's the
The
first
guy's
time
gonna
Spool's
throw,
ever touched me.
throw fireballs at you.
So in addition, Oculus also released official like PC specs that they say you need this for
minimum.
Oculus things.
The minimum.
Yeah, minimums.
Yeah.
They're pretty good.
Yeah, what are they?
NVIDIA GTX 970 or AMD 290.
970 for a recommended?
Yeah.
Fuck me.
Yeah.
Intel i5 4590 or greater, which is a pretty good processor.
But that's the recommended though, not minimum.
Let's see here.
Please tell me it's not minimum.
I'm pretty sure you clear that regardless, Bruce. But let's see here.
Well, I don't-
Yeah, this is recommended.
Okay. Oh, but it's not. But it's not minimum.
No,
Okay.
it's not minimum.
Oh, that's good.
I mean, so minimum is just. I don't know if there is a minimum really. It's just like.
Well, there's always a minimum. But I mean, like
The idea is that if it's this close to your eyes, and you also need to render it in like 1440p or more, well, you got the bonfire.
I love this game when it's like,
I'll kill you!
dramatic opening and
kill
stuff. Like, I get what it's going for, but fuck.
But this is one of those situations when astronomically high frame rate is imperative.
Right.
Oh yeah.
And I feel it's so frustrating to grind against this. People have this weird expectation about 24 and 29 frame rates because they're used to video, and that's cool. But when it's right next to your eyeballs and you want to feel like you're looking at it actually in real 3D, you need really, really high frames. It's
Yeah,
gotta be
you do.
gotta
Yeah.
be buttery smooth.
You absolutely do.
Spool's back.
Missed him.
With string cheese, no less.
I have string cheese.
Good job, Spool. And then one of the other major players, the Morpheus, potentially got some other leaks.
What do you think it's gonna be called? Because that name's awful.
No, it's really
and
bad.
it wasn't. What was the PS Vita?
The Neo.
The next generation handheld, whatever, was like NG.
Oh, the
the
NGP.
NGP, yeah. And we're like, yeah, that name's not gonna
Well,
stick.
Vita wasn't that much.
What about
better.
Dolphin? I like the Dolphin.
Yeah, Dolphin was good.
Nice.
Was that
Um,
GameCube?
Yeah, I think it was actually.
Yeah. Hey, I remember this. This is where
That's
Drum
where you
Souls
jumped-
happened.
Yeah, you jumped off. Have at thee!
Oh yeah, that's right.
That's a really good comic.
Killing
Someone made a comic of
Okay,
it.
so an Austrian retailer, GameWare.at,
Oh, finger on the pulse.
I know.
they
Reliable.
posted details about the Morpheus, which may or may not be accurate. They said release in Q2 2016 and a price of €400, which as of right now is about 450 US. So if it is that expensive, that kind of tips things around interestingly, because that means a PS4 Morpheus combo is $850.
Yeah.
That hurts.
But a PC and an Oculus.
Yeah,
I think
is more.
Yeah.
I guess the way to look at that is because it's a peripheral that you have nothing to weigh it against.
Yeah,
Imagine buying a new HD TV.
yeah. You're
How
right.
much are you going to spend?
Well, if you've never had a television before, is that what you're saying?
I'm saying in general, like a new console's out, you want the best bang for your buck. You're like, I heard 4K is the thing, even though the new consoles don't support it. Like you're gonna buy a new TV. You're gonna spend like what, 500 for like
on.
$1,000, right?
If
For a
you're-
decent television.
Are you upgrading, or if you've never had a television?
Either.
Okay, so I mean, I would say if you're gonna like go blow it out and be like, I want the best, you're spending $1,000 to $1,500 on a television.
Wait, how much? How much you said?
1,000 to 1,500.
1,000 to 1,500.
I've seen them come down. Actually, it was like a kick to the nuts. I have this nice Samsung TV that I got based on Bruce's recommendation.
Good job, Bruce.
I wanted to see how much it weighed because we're buying a new entertainment center, and so I went on Amazon to go see like, oh, how much did I pay? You know, here it is. I bought it for like, I think it was on sale for like $1,500. I'm like, it's the best TV ever. It was an investment. And it's on sale now on Amazon for like $600. It's like fucking kick to the dick.
That sucks.
I mean, granted, this was like 3 years ago, so.
So you got to use the TV for 3 years?
I know, yeah, I can't be mad
that's totally
at that.
worth it.
But I know I shouldn't care. But
No, that's totally worth it. Well, you got your money worth, actually.
I'm still using it. It's a great TV.
Yeah.
Samsung makes good TVs.
Absolutely.
So you bring up a good topic, which is that most people don't know what anything is supposed to cost.
With new tech, yeah.
Well, yeah, all cost is relative. I mean, not even with like new tech. Like, how much does a banana cost? Like
$15?
$700?
You can get them for 20 cents per banana at Trader Joe's.
That's a good deal.
But that's the thing. People price things relatively, especially when they
Wow.
don't have a basis of comparison. Like, people usually know what a gallon of milk costs because they bought it last week and it cost something then.
Yeah.
But when it comes to, an entirely new product, basically companies can set a price, and as long as they market it appropriately and get people's buy-in, that's what it costs.
Mm-hmm.
So if...
Yeah, well, I mean, also there's R&D and a million other things. But I mean, at the end of the day, I say, how much does your cell phone cost? How much does a new TV cost? It's going to cost around that. And because you're basically just strapping a Galaxy phone to your face.
Yeah, you are.
And there was a lot of R&D that went into that, so it's okay.
But the difference is, though,
and it's taking the place of a television.
with a television, well, I don't know if it's not taking the place. It's an added peripheral like an iPad versus an iPhone.
Oh, yeah, but I mean this. What good is my TV doing if I have this thing strapped to my face?
Well, I know, but you're not going to use it all the time.
It may not be comfortable. Like, there's a bunch of usability.
Like,
I'm going to live in the Matrix.
Like, this is one of those things when I was curious when they released the iPad originally, like back in 2010 or whatever it was. I was like, who would pay another $500 for a device that's just a little bit larger than their phone and does all the things their phone does?
Millions of people.
It turns out everybody would.
Yeah.
But that was one thing that I just didn't account for, is that they'll buy multiple devices. So the Oculus Rift doesn't take the place of anything else. It is, however, something new that people have not been able to do with their time.
I think it's just, you look at a game, certain games, I don't know, Half-Life 2, Skyrim, things that you have sitting around, you're like, I want to breathe some new life into this. You tried mods, tried this other stuff, you're like, well, let me go back to the land of Skyrim with this thing strapped to my face. Now it's all of a sudden different and more fun. I don't know.
I think that works on us. I don't know. I feel like they need to break into a bigger market than us
absolutely.
to do it. And how are they going to do that?
I know.
I'm not sure.
Music. Yeah, live bands.
But people aren't really, like, I don't even know.
I guarantee you, if Jay-Z or somebody said, sorry, concert sold out, but you can see it, but only in 3D. People are like, 3D, how do I do that? And like, well, you got to buy this headset. It's $300. Like, yeah, sure. I want to see Jay-Z live. And then you watch the concert, and it's like you're there. Once you do like proof of concept and someone tries it, they'll be hooked.
So I don't know.
I'm curious because I'm not sure either, but I'm curious to see
music.
I think to what Bruce is saying about the
people are working
iPad,
on 3D VR albums already, by the way.
they have to show, I think, most average, they're not average, but average people how it's going to make their lives easier. You know, like what it's going to do to make their life more convenient or more ironically like the life that you see in Wall-E.
Right. Yeah,
right.
Sure.
Like
I keep saying it's going to be.
Oh shit!
Already?
Oh jeez.
He's not supposed to show up till later.
just leave.
Oh, now he's here. Whoa! That's a boss fight. He's just there.
You know the best thing about legs like that is you don't have to animate them from software.
But no, I think it's going to be like, if I were to explain to I'm trying to think of like a good example, like my wife's aunt. She's really into music, into concerts. If it's like, I gotta watch the kids this weekend. I really want to go see the show. I can't go. I go, well, you can. They're like, how do I do that? You bring over. I mean, you could even just do the cell phone thing. Like I showed my wife Google Cardboard, and once I showed it to her, she went, oh, I get it. It was like when I move my head, the camera moves. Once people experience that, they get it. It clicks.
And it totally makes sense.
It is a shitty thing because it is seeing is believing.
But the translation there is whether or not they're willing to pay.
I think they are. So
that's
people pay a lot of money for
a good
dumb
case study,
things.
Yeah, but there are things that are known.
A good case study for this is the Nintendo Wii.
Jay-Z.
Yeah.
It was a new piece of, technically a new piece of tech. it got into a lot of people's homes due to its novelty because it was the sort of thing you'd go over to your friend's house, you'd play it for 30 minutes, and be like, this is really cool.
Yeah.
And it makes sense now that I've used it.
Him with the Wii, not the Wii U.
Yeah, the Wii, the original Wii.
But the important thing about the Wii, self-contained.
That's right.
Well, also
Absolutely self-contained. The Oculus Rift is not.
Also, it was cheap.
Get him.
Well, yeah, it was $250, but I mean,
was like
supposedly the Oculus Rift is supposed to be $250.
Yeah, the consumer version is supposed to be $250.
But again, you've got to plug it into a computer, install drivers, do all the other
Yeah.
That
bullshit.
doesn't appear to have friendly specs.
And so there's a lot of interesting hurdles that the Oculus Rift has to jump through.
Video would be a lot less than that.
One thing I've learned, because I know we're all talking about how it's got to break into the broader market, you're all absolutely right. But the interesting thing about this kind of gaming thing, and that we've discovered with the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One, is Xbox One marketed to a broader market initially and failed because PlayStation 4 got the gamers on board first.
Yeah, right.
So if Oculus Rift was able to get the gamers on board first, if they can do that within the first year or so, then they can start broadening their scope. I think that needs to happen.
I'm pretty sure that's their rollout because they're going to look at, gaming
John
audience.
Carmack.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I was saying, go to the gaming audience. That's what the thing was built for, dear God. I mean, in this world, you know how, porn was always pushing tech? Mm-hmm. In this world, it's gaming. So
Oculus porn is going to be pretty raunchy.
I know that's a thing.
3D splooge.
Sure.
That's the first thing I want.
I was going to say, why are you watching porn that you get splooged on?
You know why? You know why
what I do in the
Oculus?
shower, James?
Do you know why Oculus porn won't catch on to
Why?
the mass market? Because when you're sitting at your office chair, you can keep your eye on the door. If you have a thing strapped to your head,
Do you masturbate in the office?
What the fuck is going
or
on
your
here?
recliner. I'm not judging you where you guys do it.
Well, see,
I'm just saying if you're in the office and you're on your Oculus or whatever.
Adam, you're assuming that. Okay, here's the deal.
All right, I'm
Adam,
not going to sit
we're
over there.
gonna do a little role playing right now. Let's presume for a second that you're the type of man who is going to buy an Oculus Rift day one, and also day one you're gonna look up some pretty gnarly porn right now.
I don't. The porn doesn't interest me, but
I'm
go
just saying
ahead.
if you're
So,
that
confirmed, Adam's going to do that.
And he's probably going to do it at the office.
Found
Yeah, at the
jizz.
office.
Well, I already do that. It's where we
Presuming
test
you're-
all the new stuff.
I'm saying if you're in that market, odds are you can probably go to your single bedroom apartment, lock the door, and have some privacy.
Sure.
I'm not. You're like your kids probably aren't going to be tugging at your pants while you're jacking off to like a robot girl.
That's actually part of the Oculus fantasies.
Part of the fantasy
Run,
is
Adam,
you are
run.
a 30-something father who gets caught watching ball-busting porn on your Oculus.
They're kicking you in the balls.
Woo! Saw that one pop. Right in my face.
Sorry, I was half paying attention.
Regardless,
If anything, I'm just looking at YouTube and just how gaming is second only to music, but music is this colossal giant that you will never be able to beat. Like, it is so big. We were looking at Katy Perry's numbers the other day.
But she puts out one video like every 2 years.
I know, but there's very Katy Perry. There's 6 other Rihannas.
But
like,
I also, my thought is that a lot of those music
I see where you're
videos,
coming from.
I think a lot of those music videos are experienced secondhand. Like, I think they have huge numbers. I can't support this at all, but I think they have huge numbers because people are like, oh, I want to listen to that Katy Perry song. So they put it on YouTube because it's free and they don't have to try and find it anywhere and they just Google it. And because YouTube is a good search engine, right? I don't think people are like, I want to experience Roar, the music video again. You know, like, with the exception of maybe Gangnam Style, which did incorporate the music video into everything, I think that's why I don't know about the concert thing, because I think people do like to experience music. I think they like to have music there and present, but I don't know if
they want to fully engage.
if they want it be engaged in music.
I'm saying when there's things that are full of early adopters, like shows like EDC, which is a 3-day rave, and tickets for that cost $300, and they sell out, and people are scalping it for like $600.
I'm going to dispute that people go there for the music.
Yeah, that's
look, I mean,
if it were a field where you could go and like fuck.
If you can combine,
you have a point. Adam has a point. It's just really curious whether or not it's going to cross over into Oculus.
If you can combine Adam's idea for a concert with that whole porn thing, then you got something.
Ooh.
Porn
If
music?
you can listen to a concert and then look down and see yourself getting blown,
Music horn?
now you're onto something.
So, like I said, long before any of this stuff takes with music and things like that, they have to get the gamers on board for the first year.
Of course.
That's what's going
They're
to
the
happen.
earliest adopters.
They are always the earliest adopters, and that was the thing with the iPad that I underestimated was that there are a bunch of Apple fanboys.
Got 'em.
Hey, you got him too, though. There are a bunch of Apple fanboys that are willing to give Apple any and all of their money.
Yeah.
So, and Oculus Rift doesn't have that.
Like, I trust you, Steve Jobs. Like, he died a while ago. I trust you, Steve.
Take my money.
That's Tim Cook. Steve.
This is a good time to end.
I think that's a good time to end.
Oh,
Did you read all the
on
sponsors?
on the death
Yeah.
of Steve Jobs.
Adam died.
Sorry for the Dark Souls gameplay. That was really hard.
There's nothing to apologize for.
So that's a weird thing, right? Everyone
Yeah.
feels like they have to apologize.
No,
when
you
somebody
don't have
watches them
to.
play these games.
Well,
Oh.
it's because people always comment on
I
it.
guess that's what it is.
I guess don't send me any strats because I'm never playing this game again.
Hey, bro,
I
so
don't.
that's
This is
trouble.
definitely worse than when you played it before.
Oh, because this is the harder version or
It
whatever.
really
also
bothers
taking
me
way
that
less
harder
time.
means more shit.
If you're
Just
only
drop
gonna-
in more shit.
If you're only going to play one
I can
game,
make anything harder.
If you're only going to play one game
Yes,
for the
you
rest of your
could.
life, I've always said this. If you're stuck on an island, you're in prison, and they were like, you have one console, one game, Dark Souls, Witcher 3, perfect. Like one of those games that you just have nothing but a lifetime to play, that'd be fantastic. But I ain't got that time. So let me, drag my bonfire
chess.
around.
Thanks for listening.
Chess is
Go
great.
watch Roar.
Bye.
They need the views.
Got like 1 billion views. It's retarded. Thanks for watching. Is this my pen? It's not my pen.
People were saying that about PS4.
Yeah, we saw a lot of comments
Yeah.
on our episode.
Like, I bought a PS4 for PT.
Yeah, no, I know.
I'm like, now I gotta buy an Xbox. Well, not yet. Give it some time. I guess kind of my last final thought on this topic is I'm kind of fascinated at some of the anger that came out of because we reported on it. It's so strange because to me, like I've been doing gaming news for a very long time, and there used to be a lot of news, but game companies have gotten very good about